Previously on Hunting with Tripler.
It's all free? Okay. Wow, that's quite a few. Well, all right. What is happening, folks, and welcome to
Hunting with Tripler! Have you ever needed a certain amount of money in 30 days? But here's the catch. You only had $1 to your name. Well, in this two-part series, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can achieve that goal. You do not want to miss this one.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join the chase. Yeah.
Alright folks, in today's episode we have finally researched, we tracked, we edited, we put everything together that we needed to do to finally put this episode up on YouTube, which is tracking the sale from $1 to how much money in the very end. And this is going to be a two-part series. The first part is going to focus directly on the initial sales that we had, and then the second part will finish things off. I started this project because I believe that there are a lot of people out there who are looking for ways to make money, make cash, and I feel that reselling is a perfect way for anyone, even with no experience, to get out there and make some money. I put a lot of time and effort into making this YouTube video, but the time and effort put into the actual reselling was relatively minimal, which means that anybody can do this, and that's the point here. I want you to see this video and realize that you can do the exact same thing. If you're looking to make a certain amount of money, it's about hustle, it's about creativity, and it's about being dedicated to your goal, and I assure you, I was dedicated to this. I want you guys to sit back, relax, and watch how I turned $1 into, let's find out. So folks, some of you guys might be wondering exactly how this works, and it's really simple. You take $1, you buy an item for $1, and then after shipping and fees, you take the proceeds, and then you can use that money to go and buy more items. Now what's important though is that if you had $5 in your fund, you can't go and buy something that's $5.50. You have to be able to buy stuff within the amount you have in your fund. There were a couple of instances where I was doing bulk buys and setting aside something for just this project and others for just my reselling business in general, but I tried to do my best to itemize that. As far as fees go, I included all eBay fees, all PayPal fees, and all shipping costs are deducted from what I have in the fund. However, there are instances of when you get paid, you don't actually have that money in your account for a few days. But there are ways to avoid that using PayPal. You are able to get cash from Walmart's. There is an additional fee, however, I did not include that additional fee into this project. So for this first go around with this project, just assume that if I sold something on one day, I made the funds available to me on the next day. Okay folks, this is the first time I'll have an opportunity to track the sale starting at $1 and seeing how much money we can make in 1 month. We're going into Goodwill because the first is falling on a Wednesday. There are no garage sales, and that is probably where you'd really want to start. If I don't find anything here, this weekend happens to be 4th of July, so there aren't going to be any sales. There might be something on Friday, so my hope here is that I'll get something. If I don't, we might miss out on a couple of days. Let's do this.
Okay, these are $1 a piece, and they are pings. This will do nicely. All right, guys. So this was a little bit too good to be true. These two ping clubs, they're both the same. They're 7s, and I can't believe I got it for. To confirm, I got 3 clubs. They were 99 cents a piece, sporting goods, and then I donated $1. So my total was $4, and each club was 99 cents. That's insane. So I'm gonna start this off with a bang.
So here's the update. The one golf club that I had listed, the ping, I think it was like a pitching wedge, it still hasn't sold. And I got a little nervous a couple of days ago, so I went back to Goodwill and I spent another $1 on what looked like 2 reverse osmosis filters, a 2-pack, for sale for $1.99 at Goodwill. Now, I would be showing you this footage right now, but I can't find it anywhere. So it's either lost or I'm still looking for it. If it's in this video, sweet. The box was slightly opened, and so I had to just check, and only one of the filters was new. The other one was clearly used. So I brought that to the manager's attention, and she said, how about for $1? And I said, yes. So hopefully you believe me, or you trust that I'm not making that up. But there is my $1 purchase, because that reverse osmosis filter sold today, and now I have enough money to go back to Goodwill or to another thrift store and find some more stuff. And we've got to just like go nuts now, because we don't have as much time as we'd like to have to really make this thing, you know, what we hope it should be. So go to the thrift store, find some goodies, and really take this to the next level, because we need to. Man, I just wish they could have gone more pink on the color. It's not pink enough. No, definitely not pink enough. I would have painted all the brick and the sidewalk pink as well. I sold the C920 Logitech HD webcam, and I bought that, as you saw, for $8.50. I'll probably have around plus $70 in the fund. So we're gonna go to Goodwill and see if we can buy some stuff there with, you know, approximately $70. I'll put the total here below. And then from there, hopefully we sell enough items that we can do a garage sale weekend. We have, you know, ideally I like to go with $300 or $400 garage selling. This might end up being, you know, for $1 turning into the idea of 1,000. It's possible. Let's see how Goodwill goes and see what we can find there. Check out this beauty. 20 bucks. Absolutely. Cards Against Humanity. Yep. Really happy with the purchases, but now it's a matter of how quickly will this stuff sell. So this item actually is selling used, sells really well. But as I'm kind of looking at it, since it's new in the box, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of buyers out there for something like this. You guys can look up this particular model number. Let's see if we can find it here. Hold on. Okay, boom. There is the model number. And then all of that combined. So anyway, this could sell relatively quick. It might take a while, but as long as it sells in the month of July, this could be one of those ticket items that gets me enough money to go to a garage sale. It was $66 total. And let's see, it was sporting goods, toys. The toys were actually the Cards Against Humanity. I bought a video game, even though that's not a part of this deal. It is intended to complete a Xbox 360 Star Wars edition, and then the printer was $35. So I paid 66 bucks total, and yeah, I'm hoping to turn that into $400 or $500, maybe. That's probably not right. Hoping to turn that into maybe $250 to $350. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So it doesn't leak in your car? Yeah.
How much you guys looking for this here? How much would you like for?
He was asking $10 and making an offer. You don't want to spend 10.
You should take $5 for it.
How about meet in the middle, 7?
Fair enough. Do you have any more video game stuff at all?
I only have DVDs.
DVDs. A couple of sweet pickups. All right, folks, here's where we're at as of right now. Last night, I sold the golf bag and I sold the Cards Against Humanity. I have the Kodak printer up and listed. Those are the items that I got from the sale of the HD webcam. So I sold those 2 items. That gets me around $90-ish after shipping and fees. That's what I'm guessing. Again, you'll see the total amount, the accumulation right here below. I'm not sure if I'll have any money for Saturday. So the goal really is load up on as much stuff as I can on Friday or Saturday, have as much money as I can for next week's garage sales. That will be Saturday. I'm on my way to the second sale and hoping for some good stuff on this second sale. It was really poorly advertised, so I'm hoping that I have kind of the run of the place. Is everything for sale, or?
Kind of. We only got this. We worked 9 hours yesterday in the yard.
Well,
And we're going to put up Sunday or Monday. It's going to go out on the street.
okay.
Lawless.
All right. Well, I will do as much damage as I can possibly do. How's that?
Lawnmower. I got 2 gas lawnmowers on the back.
Okay.
So,
You guys have any video games?
look, I don't know if there's a games. Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
Wait till Robert comes in.
Okay.
The guy that just... Yeah, whatever. Took us forever to put this stuff up.
Jeez. Let's start left to right. Box set DVDs. I love looking for some of these kinds of things, and Schwarzenegger is one of those where if you find this box set used, I think it's worth 20 bucks. This is a QC security camera system, and then a whole bunch of hard drives and PC equipment. So this is a wireless N adapter. This is one for a desktop. If this was new, this is worth pretty good money. It's not, so I think it's like $25. It is in the box. This is a 2 terabyte external hard drive that I'm gonna keep, but it is a 2 terabyte My Passport hard drive. Some Sony headphones, some more hard drives, a whole bag full of little thumb drives. 2 cameras. This one is selling for about $40 online, and this one, if I even sold it at all, $10 free shipping. This Makita is going for about 40 bucks in good condition on eBay. I need to charge it. I don't have a charger for it. This was unique. It's old, it's vintage. It's from 1999. I didn't see any comps on it. Not sure if it's even worth $1. And then this is something that I generally use. So when you get hard drives in a lot, like you've seen in a previous episode, these kinds of things can be incredibly valuable to, one, wipe the data or to utilize the hard drive in some way, shape, or form. That big box right there is actually full of cords and cables. I love buying lots like this because this saves me money in the future when I have to go and spend $30 on different types of cables on eBay. That actually goes for decent money on eBay. I think this is a $50 line item. This is a Dremel. I have no way of charging that right now, so I might have to sell that as is. Some RAM chips there, and then that ping bag there. I have a lot of work to do to get a lot of this stuff listed. Hopefully I sell, $200 or $300 worth of stuff before next Saturday, because the goal is next Saturday have enough money to go nuts at garage sales and buy stuff to hopefully finish out the month with X amount of money. And if I make $1,000, boy, that's incredible for the very little amount of work that I've actually put into this. Yeah, that's it. No, that's not it. I also had this Muppet book that's selling for like 15 bucks. This Cutco knife, which I need to clean up, it has a tip that's missing, but for any of you that find Cutco out here, as you know, I have a passion and love for finding Cutco. You can send it in, they will clean the blade for free. I'm not sure if they fix broken tips, but they will sharpen the blade for you. Probably not worth a whole lot of money, but it's worth more than what I paid for it. LG Q7 Plus, it does have a little crack in the corner, but it turns on and it seems to work perfectly fine. I have no idea how, well, you know what? It's not even locked. Okay, guys, this is the sheet that I use for tracking the sale. So every single sale, it shows me the date I purchased it, and it showed me the date I sold it. How much did I buy it for?
how much did I sell it for after fees are deducted. And then of course, what I did is on the date that it sold, it would help me to determine how much I had in the fund on the day that I went out to buy items. The golf bag was at garage sale 1, garage sale 2 was all that computer electronics equipment. And these were items that sold and gave me plenty of money for the following weekend to go and just go all out on garage sales. So here is what was sold. These were the main items that sold, and they all sold well before that garage sale Friday that I'd gone out. I also went out on the Saturday as well. So the Ping golf bag sold for $89. The iOmega Easy Media, that 2 terabyte hard drive sold for $73. That was fantastic. The Dremel tool, that was completely untested, sold for $35. The Makita tool, which again, I was shocked about this, that sold for $37, completely untested. The Cutco knife, which was in pretty rough shape, sold for $35. Now on this list, you're seeing items that are highlighted in yellow and a few that are highlighted in blue. The ones that are highlighted in yellow are things that sold from August 1st to August 10th, and the one in blue, or the items in blue, sold from August 11th to up until today. So there's a number of items that sold after August. I did track those, but as a part of this project, we were focusing on the items that sold in the first 30 days. And we'll go into greater detail on this list more in part 2, but I wanted to make sure that you at least saw how in-depth and how much time was spent on tracking each individual sale and what went into tracking that. So anyway, we have plenty of money in the fund for this following weekend, and we are gonna go all out. That's all I gotta say.
Hello. How are you?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is it. Yeah.
This is it.
Yes.
All right. You mind if I take a look at it?
Sure.
All right. Wow. This is very old.
Yeah, it is old. Yeah.
And it does work, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's a little funny, but it
Yeah.
let's see if it'll keep playing. Probably hasn't been fired up in a long time. All right.
Opening up late.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm not the one that's you're pulling it all out.
Okay. Well, I mean, it to me it depends. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, like I said, that I could use. So I spent about 45 minutes going through the garage and cherry picking all of the items that were good for my business, good for my reselling efforts. And I think I got a handful of good stuff. There was one jewelry box full of jewelry. I couldn't even begin to tell you if any of them are real, if they're, if anything's gold, if there's diamonds, if it's silver. I have no idea. But I did bring it to her attention, and she said, why don't you just make a pile of everything and we'll make a deal in the end? And I was totally like, yes. So we settled on $90 for a whole bunch of stuff that I'll walk you guys through. Then it came time to talking about the stand-up arcade, and I said I'd give you $200 in its condition, knowing I have to transport it and get it out of here. $200 is what I feel comfortable with. And then another guy who lives close by is like, hey, if I knew you were gonna sell it that cheap, I'll give you $240. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not really interested in bidding. And she goes, well, listen, I'd like to be right at 300. So if you can be at 300. And I was like, and she wasn't really talking to this guy. She was talking to me because I was the one who obviously drove out. And I said, you know what? I can do 300. 300, that's fair. I have to arrange transport. So if you can, and he's like, wait a second. If I knew you were going to sell it that cheap, I'll give you $320 for it right now. I live right next door. I don't have to do anything other than just bring it home. And she kind of looks at him, looks at me. She's like, if you've got $320 cash, it's yours. And I was like, cool, super cool, like super cool, dude. So I lost out on the sweet vintage arcade stand-up Pac-Man from 1980.
because some guy offered her $320 cash.
All right, so this Blue Nose 2 sailing ship, model ship, got that for $8. That thing sells for a high amount. And then this Star Wars Death Star sealed, that sells pretty well, but I gotta say, I've played this game. It's awful. I have no idea why anyone would buy it. And then the second edition movie, seen it, the DVD version, yeah, I guess that sells too, and for $5 I'll pick that up. And do not sleep on your Harry Potter hardcover. When you lot them together, they still sell on eBay. $40 for the Goodwill pickups. We definitely had that money in the fund, so that was a fantastic pickup, and hopefully most of this will sell before the weekend. And then the rest of it that I got at that first sale, there is just so much to get through.
2 hours later.
Everything's been organized at this point as best as I can. And if I was offered the same deal again after seeing everything I've got here, I probably wouldn't have taken it. Let's get into it here. A stack of Kung Fu double feature DVDs. That could go for decent money. It's got to be over 60 movies. And then another stack of kind of some Kung Fu hits, a stack of Blu-rays, and then just a few notable DVDs that go for more than $10. A stack of some floppy disks that have some games. Indiana Jones is in there, a couple other ones. An Optima air pump. These were the two vintage electronic pieces that I got. This is the realistic Navajo. That does work. I tried it out. And then below is the Pioneer CTF500. I thought that was going to go for way more money. It doesn't. It does go for about $100. And then this keyboard, not a lot of comps. It is new. It's the only reason I got it. This probably could be one of the nicer halves, one of the nicer gets, I suppose. This is a pair of Arnold Palmer golf shoes, never used. Size 7.5. They are champions, and they look fantastic. And I've seen some comps on eBay going for over like $200, so it's a big unknown. This Coca-Cola kind of art piece, glass piece, is pretty nice. I haven't tested this out. I'm gonna guess it probably doesn't work. A lot of trinkets, stuff that I know so little about, very little. A whole bunch of watches that I'll go through some of them, but I don't think any of these are worth much money. I found out while I was listing this what it was worth. This was a part of a watch lot. You know what? This might be worth something. And then it turns out that it's 18 karat gold electroplated. Looked a little bit more, and this watch does sell for pretty decent money. I'm about to go get it worked on right now. So I'm gonna go drop this one off and see what they say to me. The watch lives again. For $10, I got a new battery. Looks like it's spinning nicely. And he threw in this pretty sweet case. He's like, hey, you can just have this. It's got also the exterior box to ship it in. Talk about a great deal for $10. I'm very happy. Random glassware, just a whole bunch of stuff. Again, I don't know enough about. There might be one or two pieces of jewelry in here that are of decent value, but I'll lot the pins together. I didn't see anything other than, there was just a couple of rings in there. Again, nothing notable. This is a vintage Raphael, the movie, and this goes for, I think this goes over $25. A couple of these items might be worth something. The Mizuno glove, and then a Rawlings mitt. Nice. A pair of Wilson baseball cleats. I think they're baseball shoes. They look like they've never been used. And then I washed all of these hats, and these were the ones that seemed worth something. The Looney Tunes hat, a Hawaii hat from 2005, a Tommy Hilfiger, a Columbia Adidas hat, and then a Nike hat. So those were pretty sweet. Those are drying right now. I washed them. And then this one here is, I'm gonna put 20 bucks on it and see if I can sell it locally.
All right, folks, and that was today's episode. Here are a couple of thought starters, things that will help you with the what can I buy for $1 question? Because inevitably all of you are thinking, what am I gonna get for $1 that I can even flip and make a little bit of profit on? Well, first of all, the places to be looking for $1 items, garage sales are perfect for $1 items. If you can do this project and start at a garage sale, there are so many various items that are being sold for $1. Quite honestly, I found a whole bunch of stuff in part 2 that were free. So keep in mind there are a number of items that you can get starting from $1. If you want to go to a thrift stores typically have a whole bunch of media, things like DVDs and Blu-rays, they have books, they have CDs, and sometimes video games for just $1, and those items can be flipped for a pretty decent profit. Now you have to keep in mind what items have a higher sales velocity than others, and some items might just sit in your store for a while. The emphasis in this project, go after items that can flip really quick. So this first part was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed putting it together. So in part 2, we're also gonna do a little bit of a deeper dive into the tracking document that I put together. Some of you might be curious about that, and I wanna be able to show you what the value out of that document really was for me. If you guys are enjoying the content, please hit that thumbs up button because YouTube loves it. And if you're enjoying my channel, consider becoming a subscriber. I would love to have you on the weekly journey. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be this Friday. And folks, thank you again, and I will see you next time. Take care. Next time on Hunting with Tripler.
Oh wait, no, that's not. That's $18. What were you trying to get for? Just thinking if I just took all of it.
All of this?
Sorry, not this.
Okay.
Just the video game stuff.